In the opening sequence of The Bikeriders, director Jeff Nichols skillfully transports viewers to a bygone era, setting the stage with meticulous attention to detail. Through the lens of a bar's door frame, we are introduced to Benny, a biker sporting the insignia of the Chicago Vandals club on his vest. As tension mounts between Benny and two older men demanding he remove his colors, the scene unfolds with gritty authenticity. The camera zooms in, capturing the frayed threads of Benny's jacket, the skull emblem signifying his club affiliation, and the subtle nuances of his expression. With a quiet resolve, Benny defiantly refuses their demand, setting off a chain of events that culminate in a dramatic confrontation on the street. This gripping opening scene sets the tone for Nichols' film, inspired by photographer Danny Lyon's influential book of the same name. Drawing on Lyon's first-hand experiences infiltrating biker clubs in the Midwest during the tumultuous years of 1965 to 1973, Nichols seeks to capture the essence of a subculture defined by rebellion and camaraderie. However, while the film excels in portraying the period aesthetic and atmosphere, it occasionally falters in maintaining a cohesive narrative focus centered around its characters. One of the film's key missteps lies in its lack of a clear central protagonist. Nichols opts to use Kathy, played by Jodie Comer, as the audience's entry point into the world of the bikers. Meeting Kathy at a laundromat in 1965, Lyon, portrayed by Mike Faist, begins recording her interviews as she reminisces about her introduction to the Vandals at a bar one fateful night. Initially out of her element in a sea of leather-clad bikers, Kathy's gaze lingers on Benny, portrayed with brooding intensity by Butler, who embodies a sense of freedom and defiance that captivates her. Kathy, an outsider navigating the intricacies of biker culture, struggles to comprehend its rules, rituals, and internal dynamics. Her encounters with the enigmatic members of the Vandals, including Brucey, Damon Harriman, Cal, Boyd Holbrook, Zipco, Michael Shannon, and Cockroach, Emery Cohen, offer glimpses into a world teetering on the edge of societal norms. As she delves deeper into their lore and history, Kathy uncovers a complex web of relationships and desires that underlie the facade of toughness and bravado. Central to Kathy's journey is her evolving relationship with Benny, whose rugged exterior belies a deep sense of loyalty and vulnerability. As the narrative unfolds, we witness the transformation of the Vandals from a motley crew of rebels seeking solace in each other's company to a formidable club with regional chapters spanning the Midwest. Through their interactions, Benny and Kathy serve as mirrors reflecting the shifting dynamics within the group, as well as the broader cultural landscape marked by post-war disillusionment and societal upheaval. The film's early scenes, set against a backdrop of 1950s nostalgia and evocative needle drops, effectively capture the halcyon days of biking culture. Nichols skillfully juxtaposes these moments of carefree camaraderie with the encroaching shadows of PTSD-stricken veterans returning from Vietnam and a rising tide of youth unrest. However, as the narrative progresses, the focus shifts from Benny and Kathy to Johnny, portrayed with raw intensity by Tom Hardy, whose inner turmoil mirrors the darker undercurrents pervading the biker world. As Johnny grapples with personal demons and existential angst, Kathy's role as an observer and confidant takes on added significance. Their interactions shed light on the fragile balance between individual freedom and collective belonging, as well as the elusive nature of identity in a world defined by rebellion and conformity. Yet, despite Hardy's compelling portrayal of Johnny's internal struggle, Comer's performance as Kathy falls short in conveying the depth and complexity of her character, at times veering into caricature rather than nuanced portrayal. One of the film's missed opportunities lies in its treatment of the Vietnam War, a pivotal backdrop that shapes the trajectory of the characters' lives. While the specter of war looms large over the narrative, with veterans turned bikers adding a layer of complexity to the group dynamics, the war itself remains largely peripheral to the visual and narrative landscape. The absence of explicit references to the war's impact on the community and its residents detracts from the film's ability to fully immerse viewers in the historical context of the era. Upon revisiting The Bikeriders, Butler's performance as Benny emerges as a standout highlight, underscoring his ability to embody the spirit of a bygone era with authenticity and nuance. His magnetic presence on screen, coupled with a keen understanding of light and shade, elevates the character of Benny beyond mere archetype, infusing him with a sense of humanity and depth. Butler's nuanced portrayal of Benny's internal struggles and external bravado creates a compelling tension that drives the film forward, anchoring it in emotional resonance amidst the chaos and camaraderie of the biker world. In contrast, Comer's portrayal of Kathy, while earnest and well-intentioned, lacks the emotional depth and complexity needed to fully engage viewers. Her character, relegated to the role of observer and catalyst for the men's narratives, often feels overshadowed by the larger-than-life personas of the bikers around her. As the film progresses, Kathy's agency and narrative arc become increasingly muddled, leaving her character adrift in a sea of male-dominated dynamics and power struggles. Despite these shortcomings, The Bikeriders excels in its visual storytelling, with Nichols demonstrating a keen eye for capturing the gritty beauty of the Midwest landscape and the intimate moments shared among the club members. From the sun-dappled highways to the dimly lit bars, each frame is imbued with a sense of nostalgia and longing, inviting viewers to immerse themselves in a world on the brink of change. The film's sound design also deserves special mention, with an eclectic mix of period-appropriate tracks and original compositions adding layers of mood and atmosphere to the narrative. The roaring engines of the bikers' motorcycles, the twang of electric guitars in smoky bars, and the haunting silence of deserted highways all contribute to the film's evocative sense of time and place. As the story hurtles towards its climax, tensions within the Vandals reach a boiling point, culminating in a series of betrayals and revelations that test the bonds of brotherhood and loyalty. Johnny's descent into darkness mirrors the club's internal conflicts, as old wounds resurface and long-buried secrets come to light. In a climactic confrontation that pits brother against brother, the fragile facade of unity crumbles, exposing the raw emotions and vulnerabilities that lie beneath. In the aftermath of this reckoning, the surviving members of the Vandals are left to pick up the pieces and reckon with the consequences of their actions. Through loss and redemption, betrayal and forgiveness, the film explores themes of identity, belonging, and the enduring power of friendship in the face of adversity. As the credits roll, we are left with a sense of poignancy and reflection, contemplating the cost of living on society's margins and the price of true freedom. In conclusion, The Bikeriders is a visually striking and thematically rich exploration of a subculture on the edge of societal norms. While the film occasionally stumbles in its character development and narrative coherence, its evocative style and authentic performances elevate it above mere genre conventions. Nichols' homage to Lyon's iconic work succeeds in capturing the spirit of a bygone era, offering viewers a glimpse into a world defined by rebellion, camaraderie, and the eternal quest for freedom on the open road.